everybody. Welcome. Get a little situated here. I got me a little visitor. Yes, I got me a little visitor, and he is trying to go to sleep, but we gonna see how this works out. Let me put my little microphone in. But yes, come on in, everybody. Make sure you hold on. Let me get this. What did I? Oh, there. You go. Okay. All right, y'all. Getting it together. Getting the microphone. Got a little lint. Got a little lint on the microphone. Okay, hopefully, guys can hear me pretty well, and hopefully, everyone is doing okay. I got my little grandbaby Ace here with me. I'm watching him while his father is at work, so he's keeping us company tonight. He don't know a thing about Pose, what we gonna be discussing. He's just here with his eyes closed, just chilling in my arms. But anyway, yes, I want to discuss the show Pose with you guys. I don't know how many of you guys have been watching Pose. You know, the last 3 seasons. Well, it's only like 3 seasons, and this is probably one of my most well liked shows that didn't last very long. But I understand why. I do understand why it only lasted 3 seasons. Um, and as a matter of fact, the people who wrote the show, or planned the seasons, wrote the scenes, all that kind of stuff, they had already planned for it to only run 3 seasons. So that was in their vision from the very beginning. Did we know that? Of course not. We did not know that, but yeah, basically, um, who was it? Steve. Yeah, yeah, I think it was it who was that in the interview? What you doing over there? Basically they said, that it was going to come to a close around like the 95, 96 era when the antiviral drugs were developed to help, fight the HIV/AIDS epidemic. And up until this show, I wasn't really like fond of the balls and everything. Hey Charity, how you doing, love? How you doing? Do you watch Pose? The TV show Pose? That's what we're discussing tonight, the finale of Pose. I did put the link, matter of fact, I did put the link in the chat. So if anybody wants to jump on the screen with me and discuss the final the finale or anything that happened this season, please feel free to click the link in the chat. But yeah, they had basically said they had already planned for it prior to it even, coming on TV, that it was going to close. The last season would close around the 95, 96 era. And it makes sense, a lot of people is like really sad to see the show go, but I guess it kind of does make sense. Um, because of the specific things they were discussing and that went on in the show when it comes to ballroom, dance, the AIDS epidemic, and them, everybody in search or in hopes of the antiviral drug. So, and that did come about around that time. So it kind of makes sense that they would end it off on that, on that note. But yeah, I really did enjoy the finale. I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome. I was up in a roller coaster of emotions, I have to admit. Crying one moment, laughing the next moment. But it was like at the beginning of the episode. At the beginning of the episode, man. Okay, after Blanca, she was doing her rounds. She was still a nurse at that time. She was still a nurse and working with HIV victims, on that floor or whatever. And she had went to see one of her patients, Troy. And Troy was looking real bad, real glim, y'all. He was looking real grim. That's what I mean, grim. Um, like he was, on his last, one breath away, one breath away. And he had thought that thrush on his tongue, which was, one of the telltale symptoms of, that disease, without, any antiviral drugs. They get lesions, thrush on the mouth, they get swollen lymph nodes, a lot of different things that people go through when they're dealing with that disease. But at the beginning of the episode, when she went to visit Troy, he was looking really grim. Um, After that, she was notified by Judy that Pray Tell had admitted himself into the emergency room, and he didn't tell anybody. He didn't tell anybody. And he didn't tell anybody because he's like, how many times I get rushed to the hospital, And he figured they would find out anyway soon enough. He knew that they would find out soon enough. Judy and Blanca, Judy, the other nurse. But he did look really, really bad. And at that time, I also thought that it was a wrap for Prey as well. I thought that he was probably on his way out of here too. But then, thanks to Blanca finding out through her patient Troy about the cocktail trial, because when she saw Troy again, she didn't even recognize Troy. She was like, walked in the room, hi, how are you? Looking at her paperwork, looking at him, and the man was like, it's me, it's Troy. And I'm like, hold up, that ain't Troy. That was Troy, and he was looking like 1,000% better. Like the thrush was gone, the lesions was. I mean, he was just looking like better. And then he started to explain to her about this experimental trial, where patients were given the cocktail drug, as they call it. And when she found out about that, she already knew. Okay, we got to get this to Pray Tell. We got to get him on this drug because Pray Tell don't have that much longer to go, to live, and everything. Hey, Deborah, how you doing, fam bam? We just discussing the finale of Pose. Feel free to put your comments in the chat if you watch the finale. And of course, if you want to jump on the screen with me to discuss it with me, I dropped the link in the chat. All you got to do is click on the link to jump on the screen with me. But yeah, so she found out about the so-called miracle drug, at that time. It was a cocktail. It was a whole bunch of stuff put together, and they were experimenting. Basically, it was a trial, but it was working, and it was saving lives, and it was increasing the patients, cell counts and everything, and taking some of the symptoms away, giving them a little longer chance of survival. So she wanted to try to get Pray Tell on it. And so when her and Judy, Christopher, they went to the doctor to try to get get Pray Tell on the drug. And that's when they found out that the drug companies and the pharmacies were being really biased. They didn't have much room in their trial to include too many colored folk, too many black folks, and Latinos. It was mainly for the white people. It was like out of 100, it was like 2% colored folk, that was getting a chance and the opportunity to try out the new cocktail miracle drug. So of course they weren't cool with that. They weren't cool with that. And everybody, including Christopher, went off. And the thing about it was, they were so emotional and upset. It could have cost them their job. It could have cost all three of them their job. And I'm glad that the doctor didn't, discipline them for coming at her like that the way they did. But, she was understanding. She didn't like being threatened. They was telling her, okay, well, I'm sure this hospital does not need that type of media attention. When they find out what they are doing, these pharmaceutical companies, by keeping drugs only mainly for white people. So she didn't like being threatened, but she had a conscience. She had a conscience. And that's all it takes sometimes. When somebody is doing something wrong, all they got to do is take somebody, one person with a conscience, to stand up for what is right. And she did. She agreed with Blanca and the rest of them, that the drug needs to be extended to more people like black people and Latinos. So I'm glad they were able to do that. They got Pray Tell on the drug. Blanca, she didn't even want to be on the drug. She didn't want to be on the drugs. She figured, she wasn't doing as bad as a lot of the other people with HIV. So she figured, I don't need the drug. She was telling her boyfriend, Christopher, put somebody else on the list because Christopher said he wanted 2 spots, one for Pray Tell, one for Blanca. And Blanca was like, nah, I'm good. Give it to somebody else. But then Christopher was right. Because back then, when it comes to HIV, one day you could be doing absolutely fine, looking good, feeling good, all that kind of stuff, in good spirits. And the next thing you know, you could be dead tomorrow. So she put her trust in her boyfriend, Christopher. Oh, I love you so, Christopher. Oh, not only is he so cute, but he was just so sweet. And oh my God, the way he stood up, I don't remember what episode it was, but when the second time she was introduced to his mother and father, when he stood up to them and basically told them it's either us or neither one of us. And you either gonna have me in Blanca in your life, or you ain't gonna have me in your life at all. So yeah, I love me some Christopher. And the fact that the way that he loved Blanca, he loved him some Blanca, loved her down, loved her hard, and I love it. I love that type of love. Ooh, child, that's the kind of relationship that you want to be in. But anyway, yeah. So she started taking the cocktails along with Pray Tell. Y'all hear my little baby, my little grandson? He over here moving around, moving around. Y'all see him where the microphone is kind of in the way, and you see him. But yeah, so she ended up taking the drugs as well, but she was already doing so well. So I don't even remember if they had mentioned anything about her doing better because she was already doing so well. But of course, we saw Pray. The next time we saw Pray, he was strutting down the street, looking all good. You know how Pray Tell is. Doing his little strut with his little cane and everything, and ran into Ricky. And I had a feeling that at that time that they might get back together. Him and Ricky might get back together. The relationship with him and Ricky. I mean, because Ricky, Damon, about Damon. Damon had left a while ago. As far as Damon, um, it's been a lot of chitter chatter in the media and on the blogs about why he left. I really didn't even look into why he left long ago, but a lot of the articles I came across was his sister who lived in Birmingham. She was murdered. She was murdered. For those of y'all who don't know about that, his sister, the guy who played Damon, um, on post, his sister had been murdered by her. It was either her boyfriend or her ex boyfriend, but she was in her car when they found her, and kind of find out it was her boyfriend or ex boyfriend. He had hired somebody. Yeah, it was her ex boyfriend. He had hired somebody to kill her. He had hired somebody to kill her, and that was July 28th last year. July 28th. Her name is Raven Lynette Swain. Raven Lynette Swain, and uh, that was the reason why he left the show. To deal with family, to deal with like burying his sister. He had mentioned, that his sister was like his best friend. He took it hard, of course. Who wouldn't take it hard? But yeah, the guy's name was Demarcus Chandler. They charged him with 3 counts of first degree kidnapping, attempted murder, second degree domestic assault, and certain persons prohibited from possessing a firearm. And at that time, and that was in 2019. I'm sorry. Uh, that was in 2019. Did I say last year? Yeah, 2019. And basically, it was August 5th, 2019. Chandler was accused of holding 4 members hostage, including children, overnight in East Birmingham. The Birmingham police responded at 10:30 p.m. that Monday and went to a home at 500 block of Roebuck Drive. That's where they was dispatched as far as a domestic incident. Um, when they got there, they found an older female who had managed to escape the house. There were, however, still three other relatives being held against their will inside the home, and it's just a whole bunch. I can drop the link if y'all want me to drop the link. But yeah, that was in and then they said Chandler's parole. I'm just reading all this crazy stuff. And Chandler's parole, it was revoked on the 2014 charges. Then in October 2019, he was sent back to state prison to serve the remainder of his sentences. Let's see. Then it says on the night that Swain was murdered, dozens of friends and family members flocked to the crime scene. Within hours, whispers began both in the crowd and on social media that Chandler was behind her death. So yeah, that's really sad. That's really sad. Um. So yeah, that's why Damon left the show. That is why he left the show. But I heard other uh possible reasons why he had left the show. Now, whose show was I watching? I was watching Jay Wilson. Yep, I was watching Jay Wilson. Pastor Jay Wilson. I was watching him this morning on his YouTube channel, and somebody in his chat said that Damon not only left the show because of his sister being murdered, but allegedly he was dealing with some real life drug addictions. Now we know in Pose several of the cast members, including Lulu, including Angel, had situations with drug abuse and drug addiction. And they saying that in real life, allegedly, he had real life drug addictions that he was battling with. But I couldn't find anything on that. I couldn't find anything, anything on that. But then, he's so cute. He's so cute. But yeah, as far as the sister again, the guy who had her killed said she got what she deserved. Her ex boyfriend said she got what she deserved. But yeah, so it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know how much time they giving that man, but I hope they gave him as much time as the law could allow. That the law could allow. But yeah, that was on July 28th. It happened in Underwood Park on Birmingham South Side. Um, he had hired somebody to shoot her. The shooting happened around 7 p.m. that Tuesday night. Uh, his sister was found, unresponsive in her Hyundai Sonata. Uh, they said it had rolled into some foliage. So I guess she must have been shot while she was driving. She must have been shot while she was driving. So, hey, Miss Sislo, jump on the link if you want to jump on the link and discuss Pose and discuss the finale with me if you watched it. But yeah, that is truly, truly sad. Now, as far as the drug addiction, I hope he isn't really going through any real life drug addictions. I really hope not, but you never know. You never know. And if he is, I hope he recover, get some help, and I hope he's going through whatever it takes to get off of the drugs. But anyway. Um so back to Pose. But yes, everybody, yes, please do like Miss Sislo said. Don't forget to like and share the video. And also subscribe to the Hood Table if you're not already subscribed. Thank you so very much. But yeah, so anywho, pray tell, he was feeling better, all on the up and up and everything, and he actually had invited Ricky to join him on the gay men's choir, because it was kind of along with ACT UP, it was another way, another outlet for pray tell, to help him with going through, having HIV and all the stress and that people would understandably go through with dealing with that disease like that, dealing with seeing all your friends, just all your friends, a lot of people just dying on top of each other. Just so many people was dying from HIV and AIDS back then. It was crazy. It was crazy. So Ricky, he went to the choir, and then like the second he went to join the choir with Pray Tell, and then like when okay, when Pray Tell had the choir over to his house, when he had the choir practice over to his house, I should have knew something was wrong going on. I should have known it. I should have known it. Like when Ricky ran into Pray Tell, when he ran into Pray Tell on the street, Ricky looked fine. Ricky looked fine. Hey Alexis, how you doing? How my nephew doing? That's my nephew's mommy. Yes, I got the grandbaby here while my son at work. But yep, I got him here. He's a little peaceful right now. He ain't cutting up too bad right now, but I got a binky and a bottle on standby. I know I miss you too. I miss everybody. I haven't telling you. Now that it's getting better out there, I'm gonna start my visiting again and start having more things at the house because you know me. I normally would have cookout after cookout after cookout all through the summer and stuff, and of course the holidays through the winter months too. But yeah, everybody, for so long was just keeping to themselves, and I was trying not to get sick, get nobody sick. So yeah, I was shut in, child, shut in like the sick and shut in. Oh yes, you miss your cooking. Well, you know what? On Father's Day, I'm cooking because, of course, this new little grandbaby of mine made my oldest son a daddy for the first time. So since he work on Sundays and Father's Day is on Sunday, we're doing Father's Day cookout Saturday uh before Father's Day. So feel free, honey. I'll send you the information. But yeah, we're gonna have a big old cookout for my son's first Father's Day. And I'm doing my mama's chicken and dressing, everything, greens, barbecue. I'm gonna make some cakes. I gotta get my foot all up in there and them cakes and everything. Um but yeah, we're gonna do a big. We're gonna do a big. But yeah, I'll make sure I reach out to you before then. But yes, honey. But yeah, Ricky, he looked fine to me. I would have never thought that he had HIV, but then again, he was out there. He was out there, having sex with a lot of different people, and as a lot of people were, back in the day, and even the ones who didn't catch any diseases. That was just like, I don't know, that was just like the atmosphere back then. People just being free, just doing whatever with whoever, and it wasn't like until after the AIDS or during the AIDS epidemic where people was like, oh, okay, we need to strap it up. We need to strap it up. All the commercials came out, all the people going to schools, and you know having all these community events. Wrap It Up was on BET, wasn't it? BET, he did the Wrap It Up commercials and everything. But yeah, but during that second rehearsal that we saw, and Ricky was up there basically telling Pray Tell, I just don't. I'm tired. I just don't have it in me anymore. No longer having the desire to perform. No longer having the desire to audition. Um, travel anymore. And even when he mentioned how he was tired of hopping bed to bed with different people, I still never even considered the fact that he might have also caught HIV. Then when Pray Tell tried to, try to persuade him into, keep going, don't give up your dreams, you have a bright future, the stage is where you belong, which is one of the reasons why Pray Tell brought him to the choir, to be back on somebody's stage. That's when uh Ricky unbuttoned his shirt, opened his shirt up, and showed Pray Tell his chest, which had a lesion on it. I was like, no, not him too. Not Ricky too. I was like, this is too much. This is too much. And I couldn't help but shed a few tears on that scene. I'm telling y'all, I was crying. I was like a roller coaster this episode. And one thing I can't say about Pose will take you through some moments, boy. It will take you through some phases. Because they do have some really emotional scenes, from season one all the way to the end. They have some very emotional scenes, and you can't just help but shed a tear to a sniffle or something. So yeah, I shed some tears on that scene. And of course, Prey consoled him and, told him he had his back, he got him and everything. And I had hoped that they would be able to get Ricky, on that trial, but to no avail. They couldn't add him to the trial. It was unsuccessful. It was an unsuccessful attempt. So they had to take their protest to another level. And I swear, I was young back then when a lot of this happened. I know of the AIDS pandemic epidemic, but I wasn't into the news and media, at that time. As a young teenager, I wasn't into the news and media at that time to see all these rallies and all these events and all these protests. And I that's another thing I like about this show, because I learned so much about the ballroom world, the LBGTQ, community, and different things that they go through. Um, it was very insightful to see how hard those people had to fight to get the attention of the pharmaceutical companies, the doctors, the drug companies, to give out and to make and speedily, like ASAP, get more medicine out to those who need it. Is I never knew about any of this, as I was when I was young. So yeah, this three season show was very insightful as well as educational, for me and a lot of other people. But yeah, so Ricky couldn't get on the drugs and everything. But another thing that I didn't see coming was the fact that he gave Pray Tell started giving Ricky his drugs. Like, okay. When Blanca and the performance. Let's talk about the performance real quick, then we'll jump to that. But the performance of Blanca and Pray Tell, when they did that Diana, oh my god. First of all, I was like, hold up, y'all both gonna be Diana Ross? Y'all both going on at the same time? Two Dianas? But they did that, didn't they? They did that. That performance was everything. And who was there to not only witness those two performing, but also witness Praise last ball? Was Blanca's handsome, charming boyfriend, Christopher. Christopher. I just love me some Christopher. I know I hate his ending too, Miss Sislo. I really do. I hate that his ending. But yeah, Christopher was there. That was his first time at the ball. And he said he enjoyed it. It ain't for him. He's like, it ain't for me. That's for y'all. But I enjoyed it, and I will continue to support the ball. But that was his first time seeing his beautiful Blanca, perform, and, see Praise last performance. But when Prey, after they performed, when Prey was when him and Blanca, when they were embracing each other afterwards, he whispered in her ear, saying, "Ain't no mountain tall enough, or ain't no mountain high enough." And he also told Christopher to keep Blanca safe. I should have known then that something fishy was going on with Pray Tell. I should have known. I didn't even see it coming. I should have known then that something was up with Pray Tell when he whispered in Blanca's ear saying, "Ain't no mountain high enough," and told Christopher to keep her safe. And then he just had this eerie, sad look on his face. Like, I don't know, it was this look on his face. And then, of course, the next morning, he was dead from a heart attack, when Ricky found him. And my heart just went out because it was like, okay, Pray Tell gonna make it. Pray Tell gonna make it. He went from looking like he was gonna die tomorrow to skipping down the street, dancing like that with Blanca. Did you see the moves on Pray Tell? I mean, he went from in the hospital on his deathbed damn near to up there just living his best life. Living his best life. And I wonder if it had to do, the heart attack, I wonder if it was brought on by that big performance that he did. I mean, we know that he was giving Ricky, some of his medicine, but they said the heart attack just came on so suddenly. But then to find out, he was giving Ricky his medicine. He was giving him his pills and stuff. And he basically sacrificed his life. Pray Tell sacrificed his life for Ricky. For Ricky. I guess he figured, I done lived a long life. He told Blanca, when he left his mother's house, when Pray Tell left his mother's house all those years ago and left the church, he said, I got to do everything that I wanted to do. He said he left his mother's house and he was able to live his unapologetic truth ever since he left his mother's house. So I guess that was, one of the main reasons why he felt like, I'm going to give my drugs to Ricky. So Ricky can live a full life and be able to do all the things that he wants, especially when it comes to performing and being on stage. So yeah, it was sad to see Pray Tell go, but yeah, that was really heartbreaking. And then Ricky didn't even know. Ricky didn't even know. He had no idea. No idea because Prey was making it seem like to Ricky that he was getting those cocktail trial drugs, from the same place he was getting his own drugs. Then come to find out, when they were sitting around together, at Blanca's, came to find out Ricky was just like, oh no, oh no, because he found out from Judy and them that there's no way he could have got extra drugs. The companies weren't allowing nobody else to not even get one extra drug sample, and they weren't admitting any other people on the trial. So that's when it hit Ricky hard. It hit hard when he realized what had happened, which was that Pray Tell was giving him his own doses of medicine so that Ricky could live and Pray Tell could die. So yeah, he sacrificed his own life, um, gave away those cocktail drugs, and what was really crazy about that was because when we realized that Prey died, or he had a heart attack, it kind of took me back to that moment at the beginning of the show. When Prey told Blanca and Judy that we all die alone, and no, that ain't true. We don't all die alone. We might have somebody there with us at our side, but what he was trying to say was we all die. When we die, we die by ourselves. We die alone. And not only did he do that, but he was actually alone at the same time. And Ricky found him the next morning. I thought that was just kind of crazy how that worked out, with his death and everything. But yeah, and then Prey, his mother, um, that was a beautiful scene when Prey Tell's mother visited Blanca. That was the first time they had ever met. And the thing about it was Prey might not have had the type of close relationship that he wanted with his mother, but you can definitely tell that his mother most definitely she loved him dearly. She loves him dearly. She like most parents didn't fully understand, especially when raised up or belong to one of those churches who definitely cast out all the LGBTQ and the whole community. They look down on them, condemn them, that's blasphemy, you going to hell, all that kind of stuff. So, she was one of those old school Southern mothers who didn't understand, but she still loved him. It was like their relationship might not have been tight as heck, but it was totally, totally different from the one that Angel had with her father. Hmm. Hmm. But yeah, so Prey Tell's mother came to visit Blanca, and she gave her all these hearts that Prey Tell had made before he died. It was like he already knew. He knew he was dying. He knew he was gonna go out. So he had all these things done, and his mother was gonna keep half of his ashes, and the other ashes. Pray Tell wanted Blanca to put a little bit in each one of those necklaces and hand them out to all their friends, their family and everything. And she can keep the rest and do whatever, uh, throw them over, how they do sometimes with ashes. Like my mother, I have her ashes. I wouldn't even know where to spread them because my mother, we never really had that discussion, like what to do with my ashes. Some people like to spread over through the ocean or at a park or at somewhere where they used to frequent, or somewhere out the country, like a favorite vacation spot, something like that. But yeah, I just have, the ashes, I just have them still in the urn, in the urn. But yeah, so oh, you want to see AC Pooh? Oh, let me see if I can get him up without waking him. Child, he is asleep. Let me see if I can turn. You see him? Miss Slow?
Hey,
Hey, honey.
can thou hurt me?
How you doing, Pooh?
Girl, I'm pretty square for a fair. Look at that. Look at my
You see
juicy,
him, silly mommy? Can you see his little face?
look at my juicy little cyber nephew.
And all that hair toes.
Girl, he's so fine.
And
He
it's
look like
so thick.
he look like his auntie.
Huh? You
Auntie
look
Sis-
like Auntie Sislo.
Auntie Sislo, the one on the cousin side twice removed.
Yes, he is chunky, silly mommy.
Eddie, hey silly mama.
And he's almost 10 pounds. He was like 7'6" when he was born. He's 3 weeks old, so he's almost 10 pounds now.
Oh, girl,
He be eating. When I say he be eating,
I told you.
child,
I told you.
this little boy always want to eat.
Uh,
Mm. But yeah, we was just sitting up here talking about Pose the finale. What did you think of the show?
I didn't get to see the finale because
Oh, you didn't?
not yet, but I will. But
Oh, so I'm giving the spoilers.
it's okay. I'm still going to watch it. So this is the thing, though. This is why I hate that Pose is ending.
Hmm.
But I'm glad that it's ending on top.
Yeah, me too. Hmm.
But when they kill off the main character, it's almost no chance for a reboot. You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
the thing that is so ironic is that it's kind of parallel to um, Billy Porter's real life, but not
Right.
exactly the same because
Hmm.
the fact that at the end of the show he revealed that he has been HIV positive for 14 years.
Uh huh.
and he's been living with it as a, secret somewhat. Hi, Alexis. I said hi to Silly Mommy, but in case you didn't hear me, hey, Sugar. Hey, Lisa Crawford.
Hey, Lisa, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
I only told that story to a few people. I'm finally making stories about my personal experience with,
Child.
childhood predators.
Mm, a lot of those need to be made because a lot of people don't know what they are. But as I was saying with the thing with Pretel or Billy Porter, the
Hmm.
difference is that Billy Porter's mother supported her son.
Right.
She supported him in everything, and she was like, if the church got something to say about it, I got words for them. Like she didn't let anyone be her son, and she told him, do whatever you got to do to make yourself great because that's what you are. That
Yeah.
you're to be great, and I love
I
the
love that. I do too. I always said if my sons turned out to be gay or whatever, whatever. I always told them at a very young age, even though they're like, "Mom, we're straight, we're straight." I'm
yeah.
like, "Well, I'm just letting you know. If that ever happened, I would never throw you out the house. I would never. I just can't. I'm just not that parent. I just, I'm still
I
gonna love you.
I say
Mm-mm.
that like um it's obvious that like my kids are most of them anyway are married or
Right.
engaged, but as they come up, I ask them questions. What are you interested in? Are you interested in same sex? Are you interested in this and the other? And I open the door for that conversation because I don't want them to feel afraid or reluctant to speak to me about it because I don't want them to ever think that they're alone. Reason being is that I had my brother who was my baby brother, that was my heart. Same mom, same dad,
Hmm.
and we were always together. Like it was like we were like salt and pepper. We always, when you saw one, you saw the other, and that type of thing. But my brother lived his life in secrecy because he was embarrassed and he felt like it would not be accepted and this, that, and the other. But my brother was bisexual. And um, subsequently, my brother died from complications of AIDS.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Uh, it's like lately, whenever I talk about them, I get so emotional, but
We understand.
I kept my brother's secret because I was the first person to find out that he was positive. I
Oh
encouraged
wow.
him to be tested because he was having so many issues.
Now, was that around the epidemic time, or was this like after that time period?
My brother died 8 months after my dad. So I lost all of my family was gone at 2016.
Okay, okay.
So I lost my dad in March, and then I lost my brother in December, right before Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So my brother's life, his diagnosis was a secret that only I knew about. But
Hmm.
he told my dad, but he never told my mother, even though my mom somewhat knew.
But they knew that he was gay, right?
No, I mean
Oh,
everybody was don't ask, don't tell.
so they didn't know that he was gay or that he had HIV.
Mom had suspicions. My dad might have been suspicious, but he never,
Hmm.
But I'm the only person that he really discussed it with, and I didn't find out until around the time that he was like I mean it wasn't confirmed.
Hmm.
He
Hmm.
always thought about this or that,
Hmm.
but nobody had the nerve to ask him. Like nobody,
Right,
because you just don't ask my brother something like that. You know what I mean? Because he was like
right.
gonna pop off on you, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So with shows like this, it's it creates a way of a conduit for discussion.
Yeah, it's like a kind of an outlet.
It's like it gives uh cisgender people an insight on what the LGBTQIA community
Hmm.
is experiencing, and it gives us somewhat of an insight and somewhat of an understanding, and it kind of helps us to kind of absorb some of the things that they are experiencing and be a little bit more understanding and compassionate about it, as opposed to always speaking negatively about something that we really don't know about.
Hmm.
You know, in in the and back in the day when I was coming up, it was just the gay lesbian community.
Hmm.
It wasn't until in gay pride. It
Yeah, it
wasn't.
wasn't all the QUIAs and yeah.
It wasn't. It first it was
Well,
just
it was the yeah, it wasn't. It was the Qs, but it wasn't like all these different extensions of trans and
at first it was just LGBT.
genders and yeah,
It was LGBTQ. There was
right,
LGBTQ. Now it's just the alphabet. you
right.
know. So when we were coming up, even people with HIV and AIDS, it was hush hush, and it wasn't until we started learning that people in our workplaces were dying from it and didn't know. It was almost the coronavirus of that time. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? It was killing people, and nobody would know until a person was actually gone from it what it was, and if the family even cared to disclose it.
And
Um,
every time somebody died, they would put on their birth certificate like pneumonia or
yeah,
something like that.
exactly. They would say it was pneumonia, which it was. It would be pneumonia
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
that's exactly
But they
what
wouldn't say like
they
due to from
died from.
HIV.
Exactly. Just
Yeah.
like now most of the death certificates might say congestive heart failure or something to that effect because the heart gave out.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
what fucked you down. Your heart just gave out, and so, but anyway, I digress. But what?
Yeah, it was taboo back then. It was taboo. Nobody really
Yeah,
talked
nobody.
about it.
And it's I had a cousin who joined the military. He got married and all of that, and he was gay, 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 like gay, gay, gay.
He
And
got married to a woman.
yes, he married his
Oh,
he married his stepsister.
what? What? Oh,
Yes,
wow.
but let me tell
So
you what.
was she like his beard, or did people like? Was he like down low? Was he
No, let me tell you what happened.
okay?
She got pregnant out of wedlock. He loved his sister, not in a sexual kind of way, but he loved her enough to support her. She was an unwed mother, and she was struggling really bad.
Hmm.
Not blood related. This was her stepdad's his stepdad's daughter.
Hmm.
She didn't. She was out there. She was struggling on her own. He only married her so she would be able to get his military benefits and things like.
Oh,
So it was like they never slept together. They never did anything. I don't even think they even lived together, honestly. But he wanted her to have something to fall back on because at that particular time she couldn't get help anywhere else. She was struggling really bad, and if I'm not sure, but I believe she was in an abusive situation where she ended up leaving Michigan and going to where he was stationed in Texas, and that's how it happened. At that particular time, you couldn't live on uh, the military compound unless you were married.
unless you were married, right?
Right. So he did it only to give her the benefits, but it wasn't
Right.
anything sexual. So it was like what he was doing was commendable, but he never touched a woman. He never
Mhm.
had interest in a woman in that aspect. But nobody ever asked him like, "Are you gay? Are you this? Are you that?" We just do.
It was unspoken, but you knew. Yeah, you knew.
Yeah, he never brought a lover around or anything like that. Hey, everybody he hung around with was just like him, you know.
Mhm.
And so, um, it's just like one of those things you don't talk about, so you don't really know what's going on because it's a situation you don't really discuss. And at that time, if you are a church family, you knew they were quote unquote, and this is only for back for what they says. It's obviously not something that we say now, but back then it was, he was the church sissy.
Mhm.
He
Mhm.
Christian, he was the church sissy, in other words, and that's from that. That's what they said back then. Even though it sound belligerent or whatever the fact is, there was no secret that the person was living in an alternative lifestyle, as they put it. But you knew that he was gay. He wasn't seeking after a girl, but then at the same time, a lot of the guys were so sensitive and they were so gifted and they were so talented and they were so meticulous, and a lot of them would listen. Like, if you and I were to have a problem, this was a person who was there. They would hug you, hold you while you cry. They, and they cared and they were concerned. They would come over, keep you company, kind of thing. And so some women mistook that for a show of affection as a show of support. Instead of a show of support. So they ended up falling for this guy. And if this guy was one that was so concerned about his reputation in ministry or church, then that would become what people call the cover girl,
Mhm.
or what you said, beard, to try to cover up what they were really living. So that's how couples like that ended up together. And because you knew that obviously, like from the outside in, if you had a gator at any point, and you could
Right.
say, "Come on now, really, they couldn't be." And some of them might not even have children, but some of them, hey baby, some of them actually had kids out of that area, and you're like, "Whoa, how did that happen?" But it
Mhm.
happened, you know. But it would just happen, like I knew guys that I worked with in the hair salon, and he had a set of twins, but he wasn't interested. That was because I didn't. I didn't do anything. I ain't been there. Okay, I'm on live though. I'm on live. You still? I'm sorry. That's my daughter.
Oh, that's okay. And then I want to give a correction too. I had said that Damon, the actor Damon, who had left the show last year, he left because of his sister Raven had been murdered last year on July 28th.
Mm.
And I had said 2019 earlier, but I meant 2020, you guys.
Oh,
So yeah, she was murdered last year. That's why Damon left the show. Even though people say he also left because he was battling drug addiction, but I don't know that to be sure. But we do know that he lost his sister last year, and that's when he left the show. And that was crazy too because Damon was like the main. He was like the main character. That's how the show started off. Remember when he moved to New York,
okay.
and that's when he ran into all the other people that he eventually met, Ricky, Blanca, all them, Angel. So he was like the main character of the show who ended up leaving last year.
Wow,
But yeah.
that's
But then
crazy.
you had mentioned about Pray Tell also um being the main character of the show. Like a lot of the main several of the main characters were leaving the show by either death or, something else. But they had said the director said that they only planned for 3 seasons because they wanted to end it around the time when the epidemic was getting better, when those antiviral drugs was really like saving lives. They wanted to end it right there.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but go on with your story.
Oh, girl, it's nothing. That was just that was. I'm just
Okay, okay,
that
okay. Well,
that
yeah,
post.
you gotta watch the finale, honey. Hold up, how far are you into the season? Is that the only show you
I
haven't watched?
watch it hit or miss. I've never been
Oh, so
all.
you haven't watched the
I
whole three
haven't followed the
seasons?
whole. But I can
Oh,
binge.
then you gotta start from the beginning.
I got to binge watch.
Yes, you gotta start from the beginning.
Initially, I thought Pose was like a reality kind of thing in the beginning. But when I would hear about it, I thought it was like
Hmm.
something like RuPaul's Drag Race or something. But I thought
Oh,
for show dancing and stuff like that, I had no idea what it was really about until I actually
yeah.
watched the episode. But
I've been hooked since the first season. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But I know as far as like this show, even though it ended right now, I had like a few wishes or desires. Like Angel's father, I was talking about earlier, how Angel and her father had a totally different relationship than what Pray Tell had with his mother. Angel's father like totally just didn't want to accept the fact that his son was now a woman, and but he kept accepting her money. She was sending him money almost every month, every few months, to help him out, and he wouldn't even walk her or give her away when she got married to Poppy. So I kind of had hoped that her and her father's relationship would be a lot better before the season ended. Also Blanca, I was hoping that she at least got engaged or married to her boyfriend Christopher. Their relationship was just everything to me. Like the love that they had, the closeness, the way he protected her, and I was hoping like they would like move to the next level after 4 years. And of course, I wish Pray Tell would have survived the show. Um, but he sacrificed his life and gave Ricky his HIV medicine, and Ricky lived and Prey died. So yeah, those were my wishes for the show. But yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, you definitely got to watch 1 through 3, the whole 3 seasons. Yeah,
I can't wait. You hear me?
yeah.
Wait.
But that's about all I had to say on the show. I just wanted to give a little feedback to what I thought of the finale. I'm a little baby.
I appreciate you being here, and I'm gonna go. I got some stuff I need to do. I slept the whole day. I
Well, I
cannot.
appreciate you being here too.
I slept the entire day. I did not wake up, get up, and start actually
That's
being.
how I was this weekend. I slept a lot this weekend. Yep, I sure did.
I slept the whole
Enjoyed it.
day. I didn't get out of the bed until almost 1. And then I sat in the front room watching the Ricky Smiley videos. That's
Hmm.
girl.
Do he have a new one out?
The video, no, like his IG videos and stuff, like and the karaoke
Oh,
where they
okay, 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 okay. I know
where
you're talking about.
love
I
is.
thought he might have had a new stand up or something.
Oh, girl, just him dealing with Miss Janie and Chris is
Uh huh.
girl. And that
Well, you know what I've been binge watching? I've been binge watching on Prime Video, Def Comedy Jam,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
starting at season 1.
yeah. Girl, those
Yes,
Bernie Mac, Martin,
yes.
all of them was on there. All of them.
Adele.
Yup, the Tic Tac, the well with the Tic Tac.
Yes, honey. I love all the older ones.
Girl, you
Yes.
gonna make me go back and start watching it, girl. I
They are so funny. They really help get me through my long days of work.
on YouTube, you can like if you can look up old sitcoms and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But how about I was watching What's Happening Now?
What?
The second the reboot.
Oh, okay. See, I
With
don't know if I really got into that one after what's happening.
Bob, B and rerun and all. And like if you click on one and fall asleep, on autoplay, it'll just keep playing the next. So, girl, I'm
Oh,
sitting here cracking up on those. Oh, and I'm gonna tell you something that I love. The doggone Sanford and Son.
oh yes, I love me some Sanford and Son.
Girl, Red Fox is a
He
mess,
is a
and it
fool, and his sis,
was,
and his not his sister, but his sister-in-law
yeah, and Esther.
ain't
And,
as.
and they would knew each other from St. Louis way
Oh
back in
yeah,
the
yeah, they used to perform stand up together and stuff.
He
Yeah.
was a dancer. He
Mhm.
was like one of those what they call it, the showline dancers back then. And she wasn't
Uh huh. Uh huh.
as ugly as as they made her
Ooh,
seem.
ooh, look at her talking about. Look at her talking about Aunt Esther. Did
I
she
know
say she was ugly? Did she say she was ugly?
it's itching. So yeah, but I enjoyed it.
So everybody can't be cute like me.
Exactly. And they took all of the cuteness out the world and put it in one baby. That's all. Girl.
Oh,
Rotten though. Cause you hold them
child, this baby is.
sleep,
Mm.
you hold them while you sleep, you hold them while you whoa.
Well, I only got him now just in case he did wake up and start crying, and then I
Mm.
would have to get off of here and go get him.
Yeah, grandma. Yeah, yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, no, I don't hold him all the time.
I do. I ain't gonna lie.
Yep, but he sound like he about to wake up.
I can't wait till the new one get here, girl. He'll be any day.
Oh, oh, oh. Matter of fact, did you get my information, my address?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Okay,
I'll
okay,
be hopefully sending it off this week sometime.
okay. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
got some things to mail out too. I still haven't mailed out Tonio's book, the free book that he won. I need to get to the mailbox really. Hey,
You know,
information man, show, how you doing?
I didn't get a mask. Wasn't I supposed to get a mask or no? With the two books I ordered?
Um, I'm trying to think. I'll hit him up and ask him. I'll hit him up.
Yeah, I ordered the two books with somebody else.
I'll
Mm-mm.
ask him. I'll ask him.
You want me to
He
grab
might have just
somebody else's
overlooked it.
name, but my name ain't
Yeah.
Mary or whatever it was.
Oh, I forgot all about that. See, you don't have to inbox me or text me so I can remember to mention that to him.
Girl, that was funny.
That was funny.
And
I'm
I
surprised
think
he hasn't woken all the way up because I'm under two big old bright lights. Like, the big lamps that you use to record and all that. I'm under two big ones and I'm surprised he hasn't, like, just totally woke up.
I got to go back. I saw this tripod, a real nice tripod for your cell phone for using for social media, and it was under twenty
The kind
dollars.
that stand on the ground that's like 5 feet tall or something.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
it was only
That's
$20.
what I need too. I need one of those too. But you know what? I won a dash cam over on Deanna's channel last week.
Did
You know how
you?
Deanna Urban has the raffles on Thursdays?
Okay.
Yeah, somebody entered me into a raffle. They donated or sponsored me and I didn't even know. And I just jumped up in her chat like halfway through the raffle. And I was like, "What's up, everybody?" And she was like, "Oh, Tanya, you won, you won." And she showed me. And I said, "I swear to God, on my mama in heaven, I have been telling my sons how much I want a dash cam because sometimes when I'm out, I'll be recording stuff for my show while I'm driving, and I hate how I can't have my phone on and the dash cam. I mean, my camera on my phone at the same time. I can't be talking and recording at the same
Okay.
time on my phone." So when I won that, I was so excited. So that should be in the mail in a few days too. I can't wait till I get it.
I can't even show me when you get it.
Yeah, she said it's a nice one too, and it got a wide angle. So I can't wait till I get it.
Yeah, I can't wait to get more into it. I'm trying to have the
Yep,
information.
yep, yep. Huh?
How you doing? Information man said Tanya Prime Time TV meeting
Oh
with
yeah, yeah, yeah. I talked to him before. Hey, information man.
Mhm. Okay,
Lisa
good.
Crawford, I grew up in that church. Memories. Oh yeah, I got a lot of memories of that church. Lisa. Mhm. Good and bad, honey.
Uh-oh.
But that's a story for another day.
A whole nother one,
A whole nother day.
huh?
Child.
Well, I'm gonna
But
get off.
anyway, I'm pretty much done here. I'm about to get my baby back in this bed. Matter of fact,
Okay.
his dad should be here soon because his dad picks him up when he get off of work. So his
Get all
dad should be here soon.
get all your kisses in and last you until
Oh,
tomorrow.
I will. When he be trying to take him, I'll be like, no, don't take him. He said, Mom, you want to keep him? I'm like, just a little bit longer. And so he'll sit down and he'll watch TV with my youngest son, or they'll talk about the game or something. They'll be like, okay, you can take him.
Girl.
He's just so precious.
Purple. He's so adorable. Hold them as much as you can. Because when they get like
Girl.
my 1-year-old grandson, you can't
Mhm.
hold him down. He's so busy. Ooh, girl. I
Yes,
got
and that's what I like. I like when they little, but I like when they get big too. And you gotta go around popping them on their hand. Don't touch the socket. Don't touch this. Don't touch. And they just run around and they just so carefree and happy.
I have a picture of him at the shower. And girl, it's so funny because he was walking around and it's him, and he got up and he's on his tiptoes trying to get cupcakes off the cake.
Oh,
I'm getting ready to send it to you.
oh.
He is so cute, girl. He is so cute with all those dimples. He is so cute.
Hmm. Yeah,
Hmm.
send me that picture. But everybody who tuned in tonight, we thank you and appreciate you for joining us tonight for our season 3 finale review of Pose. Hey, live, work, pose.
Yep. So I will talk to you soon. I love you on purpose. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
Nothing you can do about it, baby.
Nothing you can do. Nothing. Nothing at
All
all. Have a
right.
good night. Talk to you soon.
All right.
See
Talk
you
to you soon. Hey, silly mommy.
later for now.
All right. Talk to you soon. Love you.
Good morning.
And everybody, stay safe, be blessed. Don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe to the Hood Table. And I'm also live on my Tanya's Primetime TV Media Reviews channel. That's where Information Man is watching me from. Good night, silly mom. Yes, he is still asleep, child. And I can't believe it because I got this big, humongous, like, the big lights that people use when they in a studio or photography, YouTubers use. I got like two lights and the ceiling light. So I can't believe he's still sleeping. He's so sweet and he smells so good. Oh my god. His mother just when she just bathes him, just all that baby lotion, baby oil, baby all that stuff. I just love it. But yeah, so I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna put his little face down. Y'all see him? He got his mouth wide open. He got his mouth wide open. But yes, everybody, we will let you guys later. Say bye, Ace, in your sleep. Good night, everybody.